is looking a bit spooky out here this evening. Luckily, we have our trusty companion Roach on the left to keep us company. Hi, hello, and welcome. Welcome back to another Onkruid video. Welcome back to another episode in The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. The game has developed this tendency to crash on startup for some reason. Like the first time I try to start up the game, any single time, it always crashes. I don't want to loot a broken ore. I just want to ride my trusty horse, my trusty steed out of here, to be honest. I have patience with the game, of course, mainly because it's such a masterpiece, but additionally because it's 10 years old. There's this little notification in the launcher, the GOG launcher, that you CD Projekt Red games utilize to get started up, to get booted up. It's a little notification that the game has been out for 10 years already. 10 years of monster slashing. Impressive. Impressive to say the least. Impressive in the sense of how well it still holds up, you know? And I think for a lot of people, this is still their favorite game of all time. I know my buddy Krogrin, for example, really loves The Witcher and has been into The Witcher and Gwent for a long time already. What I'm doing here is admiring the scenery. I know that another friend of mine, Jens is his name, also really loves The Witcher games. Maybe The Witcher 3. I don't know if they are, the people I just mentioned, are that into the entire franchise. I seem to remember that my buddy Krogrin also played The Witcher 2, but I am not that certain. Thank you for those nice wretched belching sounds in the middle of my monologue. That really adds to the atmosphere. Really adds to the atmosphere I want to provide. Priscilla is the girl, the female bard we met last time rather, to try and look for some information on Dandelion. I looked her up in between on Google, and I saw a picture and immediately recognized her. Is it further up or is it in a room? I need to say up instead of up. A little bit of Dutch getting intermingled with my English. Priscilla, talk to me. Got some news about Dandelion.
Dandelion. I know where he is.
Where?
Dungeons on Temple Isle.
That's not a nice jest.
No jest, sadly. But don't worry, we'll pull him out. Triss has an idea.
Doo-doo.
All we gotta do is find Dudu.
So you must find Dudu in order to find Dandelion, with the aim of ultimately finding Cyril. Sounds like an awful lot of searching, but I do wish you luck.
Don't have a choice. I gotta meet Horson Jr. He might know something.
So why did we have to come and see her? Because she's like clearly not even in the slightest mood to try and help us out, and we didn't need anything from her. So I'm at a bit of a loss why we had to make this trek all the way to Priscilla. I don't need to find a boat on my way to Skellige. Why did it all of a sudden change up my quest? It's not the quest that I'm trying to do. Let's go for a little bit of a side quest. It's been a while. We've always been focused on this main quest. Of Dairy and Darkness, a Novigrad merchant told Geralt about a mage named Airemas. The poor man had, like so many of his colleagues, met a gruesome death on a pyre. With no surviving heirs, his expansive rural residence was now abandoned, and if the rumors about this eccentric sorcerer were true, inside it awaited a great many curiosities and valuable secrets. That is a ways away. Let's head over to a fast travel waypoint and see what his mansion has to offer. Well, we haven't really been on this side of the river, I guess. I guess we will have to travel through Oxenford, and I think I would rather start in the harbor to make our way over to this bridge as quickly as possible. Maybe visit the Grindstone and Armorer stable while we're there. I was not actually in the grandest old mood to record The Witcher 3. I'll be completely blunt with you. I was actually really looking forward to playing some more World of Warcraft, which I have for some reason gotten into again lately. I maybe shouldn't even say again, because I've never fully been into the game, in my opinion. I've never really gone hard. I just don't have the time to play such a game through the late game and then keep on grinding.
Hi, a Witcher. Something tells me I'll finally get something interesting to do.
Sure doesn't look like you're short on work.
So, this. The Redanian army order. But there's no pleasure in it. One after the other, same thing time and again. No finesse required.
Looking to perfect your craft?
Of course. Crafting's like ploughing a maid.
Hold up, boss.
Well, sure, you'll get the job done, but there'll be no hoops, no hollers, no standing ovation. So, got any special requests for me? Help me stay on form?
Still talking about armor, aren't we?
Aye, what else would it be?
Well, was that like just an extensive dialogue for no reason at all? Or are we still working on that quest where we are looking for, what was it? Where we are looking for somebody to craft something for us, some special set of armor for us, if I'm not mistaken. 8 and 106. Well, I guess I don't know if we will get a better price for it, to be honest. Let's just get it out of our inventory. Maybe an armor is not the best person to sell it to, but hey. Required level 14. Look at this. Armor that is better than our set armor, but it won't provide any set bonuses now, will it? Assassins, gauntlets, and boots. This assassin set is mighty interesting, but there's the chest piece is missing. I don't really understand what that's all about. I think for now I'm still satisfied with my armor, to be honest. And what I definitely want you to do is to just repair my gear. Just repair everything I have equipped. 103. That's okay. So long. Nice talking with you. And beautiful light in your shop. If I am close enough to the window, then the lighting in your shop is beautiful. You seem to be quite tired from that giant order you have. Rochi, we have quite a trek ahead of us. I have quite a trek ahead of me tomorrow. I have a really long work day ahead of me. Oh, look at that, a new fast travel waypoint already. I'm still not allowed to go full throttle here, that really sucks. Come on, please. I just want to race. 8 clients are awaiting my support tomorrow. That is 8 50-minute time slots where I will spend my time and all my energy and all my attention fully focused on another human being. Being present with my full humanity. As the entire person I am. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also a bit hesitant. The nice thing is that they are, well, it's nice in some sense, they are all quite clumped up. So my workday is going to be over as soon as possible, really. I start at 8 and I finish at 5 in the afternoon. My eyes by then will not be the size of the moon. They will be very small, probably, and almost closed. I will be struggling to stay awake at that point in time. No, that's not true. That's not true. That will be a bit disrespectful to my clients if I would just be only half awake while seeing them. But it is going to be a taxing day for sure. That we won't deny that. This looks like an oddly suspicious tree, but I guess there's nothing here. And this is, I guess, the abandoned manor that has indeed burned down. Let's quickly save and then let's see what this manor has in store for us. I had 4 clients already on Saturday and 1 client on Friday, so I am a bit versed in my therapeutic ways already, again, but tomorrow will really be a different level, a different kind of work day. Was there not supposed to be like any dialogue there? We're just examining the cuts in the wall without having anything to say about that, okay? What is happening in this house? There's a charred corpse here, charred remains. There's a sort of pentagram symbol on the ground. That looks interesting. Are we gonna meet another one of those very fat-bellied people living in a basement trying to trick people, or what is this about?
The house is completely destroyed, but the magic circle's intact. Looks to me like a locked portal. Wonder if I can open it using one of Aramis's items.
Oh, that is interesting. Opening up a locked portal with one of his items without having the slightest idea what that might do, what that portal might lead to, or do I just not have the slightest idea and does Geralt actually know what we are doing? Let's go for the chest first. Ooh, enhanced feline armor.
Strange.
Making me look like a pussy. Hunters have stalked my house for days. I knew they would come eventually. Of course, that pungent Limburger's vision was all too clear. He was probably thinking about fly. But I must risk it and stay a few more days. The cheeses have entered an intensely fascinating stage of maturity, and transporting them is entirely out of the question. I have worked on this recipe for 40 years, and I would rather die than abandon it now. In the event that I am unable to divine the time and nature of the hunter's attack, I bequeath, or whatever, my most valuable treasure to whatever brave adventurer will be able to find it. May this reward inspire him to continue my work and stand on the shoulders of the giants of tyromancy, Geoffrey Munster, Avenvieux Boulogne, and last but not least, the Baron of Blue, Eric Stilton. This is not a wizard, this guy was just making cheese. This guy was making cheese. He was perfecting his cheese recipe.
Reeks in here.
He created an entire alternate dimension just to make cheese.
Stench. Ripe cheese. Seems Aramis was a tyromancer.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. Did you not hear my reading of his last journal entry about 1 second ago? It's always a bit weird, because I absolutely adore my job, and I really love helping people and being a therapist. I think it's really my calling. But it is tough, you know? It's a rough job. It requires a lot from you, and I mean, things like this, creating content and stuff. That does look like some nice cheese. Creating content and stuff, that is also something I adore to do. I really, really love spending my time on this. So that's why it's always a bit of a double-edged sword. A two-sided blade. It's lovely, but it does require me to invest a whole lot of time, energy, effort into it, into helping those people, into being there for them, especially if there's 8 on a day. And that means that sometimes when returning from a work day, those other passions like reading, like building up my obsidian brain, like going for a run and other forms of exercise.
Jesus. Vesemir will get a kick out of this when I tell him. Not sure this can get any worse.
You are jinxing yourself very, very harshly, probably, Geralt. So that's why the YouTube is sometimes a bit on the down low. Additionally, because I still have my therapist education on the side as well, and I have to invest a lot of time in that too. There's just a bunch of things requiring my attention. And I'm disregarding the whole fact that I have a fucking girlfriend and a social life as well, you know? Because they also require some of my time. I feel like my life is a little balanced right now, though, or at least I'm striving towards an optimal balance. Of course, it doesn't always work, and I shouldn't set my sights on it always being perfectly balanced as all things should be, because maybe all things should be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but in the real world, it's not that easy. This is some cloudy, foggy, cheesy water. I was just planning on having a little look around and seeing whether there are no chests on the bottom. They are not on the bottom, but they are over here. Let me see. Chernobyl runestone. That was majestic as hell. Even though this also gives me energy, you know, it requires a lot, it takes a lot out of me, but it also gives me a lot of energy, especially that feeling at the end of having another video finished, on being another part closer to ending off this The Witcher series. Not that I'm looking forward to the end that much, because I really love the game as well, but just, you know, that feeling of creation, that feeling of striving or of working towards my goals. And I guess that is kind of similar as to what I experience in work. Every session, even in such a long day, is kind of related to just helping another person becoming the best version of themselves. We're in it for the long haul, but you can't always be in it for that many long hauls at once. Selecting which priority to invest in and what you find most important, that is, I think, one of the hardest things in my life personally, because I have so many interests. This guy...
Gotta share this discovery with Lambert. Foglets are immune to the smell of old cheese.
Oh, I don't really want to fight foglets, to be honest, but I guess we will not really have a choice. Too slow, buddy boy. Not surprising me on a day like this, on a regular old Sunday. But what is happening over here is there's a person's body is being used to create cheese. Am I the only one thinking that this is some fucked up shit that's going on right here? I did not necessarily mean to pick up a random ladle. I want to pick up the bull figurine though. And his notes are really all about just him tripping balls. Tripping balls because of the cheese smell. What is that bull figurine about? Item needed to complete a quest. That's all they're gonna give us. Okay, well then I guess it will be an inventory clogger for the rest of our days until we know what quest that is about. We know how to deal with illusions. The little artifact given to us by... It was Kira Metz, no? If I'm not mistaken. She gave us a bunch of things. One of them being a nice orgasm. But additionally, she also gave us some very useful stuff. Are we almost through this dungeon?
I should look around.
Some kind of vault. What?
Barrier's still active. Gotta find a way to turn it off.
What cheesy secrets is this guy protecting? It's definitely gonna have something to do with this right here. This kind of pyramid. What do we do against this pyramid? It has a sign. Oh wait, that is an Igni sign. I guess Igni did do something. That really seemed to... That was a hit. That was a straight hit. It seemed to absorb that power in some way. I would presume there's another one of those behind this wall. And then we use Igni on that as well. Just set the place ablaze, and then we can see the giant baby bell package shrinking. It's quite a topically accurate reference, I guess, because we are in some kind of cheese dungeon. The Witcher 3, the Wild Hunt, the cheese dungeon. Snake figurine, another figurine that we probably need for a quest, and a sword.
This sword is as deadly as Aramus's cheeses. It's worth taking. Maybe I'll name it the Emmentaler.
I hope I could convey some of my just absolute despair at that name. The Emmentaler. Are you out of your mind, Geralt? What should be like the most powerful sword we've ever seen? And it sucks. Great name though. Absolutely bonkers name. Quest completed. Do we not have to like get a reward for it somewhere, or is the Emmentaler just our reward? And here we are back again. Well, that was interesting, and the cheese dungeon remains unlocked for when we would like to come back to there, which we will definitely do. I think I actually want to have my wedding with Triss or Jennifer here in the end, and in the end of days. But for now, I guess this area has given us all it has to offer. A nice and cheesy adventure. Roachy boy, I'll tell you. You can be glad that you were allowed to wait outside on this one, my friend. Not great in there. Not great. The gangs of Novigrad. So we have another quest where we have to talk to Cleaver, one of the gang warlords in Novigrad. But he wants us to get rid of Whoreson Jr. Whereas I think we are in fact also on our way to meet Whoreson Jr. and get information from him for our main quest. So we need to be a bit careful. We need to be careful that we don't overstay our welcome and become too friendly with the Cleaver. Because I think using him or doing his quests to a too far extent will actually impede our progression on other fronts. I remember him from the bathhouse, sure.
A wee minute, Witcher.
Although I thought he was Whoreson. I guess we didn't meet Whoreson yet, or...
How is it you were off the same bloody night Whoreson tried to kill me?
'Twas chance, honest. I was at the brothel. I've witnesses.
I don't doubt you found some witnesses, but I do doubt the bit about chance. Know what? Shy conversation this. So much blethering, we've got nowhere.
Trying removing his fingernails.
Lad, you have a chat with him. It's simple. I want to know where Whoreson is.
I've not betrayed you. Not ever. No. No. I know nothing.
I guess we want the same thing after all. We both want to know where Whoreson is, but just for different occasions. His occasion is, I think, murder, and our occasion is, I think, interrogation.
I'm about to send my lads around Whoreson's hideouts. Won't say no to a witch's blade. Lead my men, take the Water Junior and drag him out of his hidey hole. Win-win situation, as I see it.
I'm not much of a leader. I'll help them, but I won't lead them.
All right.
Now, I suspect Junior's hiding at his casino in Gildorf. Either that or near the arena beneath the bits. My lads will be there. Find him.
There was one more location. Because now we have to do the same thing for 2 quests, right? Which is quite interesting. Let's visit one of the locations in this episode still, and then we're gonna have to call it a day. What a day it has been. Played some League of Legends, wrote some client reports. Didn't read that much yet, but I did type out all of the notes on my reading through of, or my first read through, I guess, of what I talk about when I talk about Running by Haruki Murakami. My first ever experience with the author, and I'm okay with it. It was actually quite fun, but I think his works of fiction are gonna be a whole different level, you know?
Righto. We go on your mark.
Let's go.
Let's go then.
Because this was more of a non-fiction telling by him of his preparation for the New York Marathon. He's a runner. Can we like not use our swords, or no? Okay, we have equipped our sword now. I was like, why would we not just fight them with our sword? It was interesting. One of my favorite booktubers called the book pointless, and I think that is too harsh of a piece of feedback, but I do know why he says it, you know? The book kind of misses a general structure, if you will. Well, I guess it is quite structured, but what does it miss? It's not so much of a story being told as it is a summation of events of his preparations. What I did find extremely interesting though is like the connections Murakami forges between his writing and between his running and how they are related to each other. No Horson to be seen here unless he is on the top floor, but I don't presume he will be. Well, I guess there are... aren't you guys friends with the son of a whore? Can we equip our sword, please? I'm glad with our little fast attack upgrade, because we keep using fast attacks the most. Maybe a bit too much even. Ooh. Another nice sword. I assume it's not gonna be amazing. I assume we're just gonna have to sell it to somebody, but hey, doesn't hurt to look. Well, in this case, it hurts my eyes to look. I might make a whole separate video
After death. Hey, can you hear me?
on the book, but I'm thinking about what kind of book content I want to make, and I'm also thinking about whether I want to create like a separate Instagram page for an entire chest with just one bottle of water for book content, but I don't want to get in too deep.
Alive?
Don't finish me.
Don't intend to.
Who the hell are you? Heard screaming downstairs.
So I'm actually this little known cheese merchant from out of town.
Will you help me?
You're not hurt all that bad. Let's talk first. Why are you here?
What's it look like? Came here to sit and think. God. Alright. Clever and tough's not working for me. They took me for one of Bedlam's moles.
Are you?
Well, kinda. Yeah.
So what have you kinda learned?
Horson's working hand in glove with the Redanians. I don't know the details, but he's on their side. And that's all I know.
I think I believe him. I'm the benevolent witcher.
Take
I'll
care of
free him.
yourself.
Of course.
Thanks. I'll lay low until things settle down. Bedlam will learn you help me. See him. He's sure to reward you.
Who the hell is Bedlam again?
Junior's made a deal with the Redanians.
Who's Bedlam? Oh, the king of the beggars. We've seen him. We've met him. He was friendly. It was actually not too bad working with these guys, to be honest. Especially because they were listening to me. Not that I had to give too many orders, they just knew what to do, which is beat up everybody that stood in our way, which is, I guess, almost everything you do in this game if we're being completely honest and frank with each other. Alrighty, we looted the ones on the outside already, and this tavern is I think gonna be out of business for a while. But if it was necessarily a tavern, I don't necessarily care about the ins and outs of the building. I care about that everybody inside of that building is dead as a bitch. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Next episode, I guess we will continue looking for Horson. We will make a little sidetrack to Siggy Ruven, or Dijkstra, I guess, to tell him that Horson is in bed with the Redanians. And we might also visit Bedlam to collect a nice little gold piece or two, or just some praise for being the benevolent witcher. Thank you very much. See you. Bye-bye.